The early years are the foundation of learning. I think part of it is wanting to make sure that our children don't experience the same challenges and difficulties, that I had going through the system. And if we can make education a better journey for them, I think that's the whole point of us in wanting to make sure that our children get the best education they possibly can. With that sense of belonging and knowing who they are, they're going to excel in whatever it is they decide to do.
When children are learning language, sometimes families feel like they should be learning English more than they should be learning their language because they're scared they're not going to be able to be successful in university or college. But what we know is that when they do learn the language, they can be successful in other languages as well. So, the goal is really to think big. We want our children, when they leave, to be able to be successful like any other person. Anybody wants their child to be successful in life, and we're no different. But we do want them to understand who they are as Mi'kmaq or Wolastoqey people. So I think when we create these programs and we teach our children who they are, they become strong individuals. They can, advocate because they know who they are, they know what they want. So I think that's really the goal, is just to make sure that we're supporting what our ancestors, what our elders have been telling us for years.
It's always been a dream of our early years team to try to get children outside more. As we know, with technology and the overuse of screen time, we really believe that our kids should be back on the land like our ancestors were raised, like we were raised. So we worked really hard trying to build and find a spot like this place here. Our name of our school, our on the land school, is Wujip School, which means roots. So really getting our kids back to the roots of being able to be on the land, learn off the land, harvest off the land, to breathe in fresh air and appreciate the beauty that's around us.
The kids are adapting so well to this. When they first started up here, they were saying, I'm bored, there's nothing to do. There was no toys, there was nothing like that. They didn't know how to engage on the land. So what I've done is set up invites, which is just loose parts and stuff, to like something as simple as a milk crate and stuff. And then they turn it into a Minecraft game, and they use their imagination, their team building, their cooperative play, risky play. They're engaging in all kinds of different curriculum outcomes, just in a totally different way.
The only job a child has is to play and learn. And it's our role as educators to understand and give the experience so that they can learn and play. It's not about I have to make sure that they know this many numbers, or I have to know that they know these sounds in the alphabet. It gets too heavily focused on those kind of curriculum outcomes. You lose sight of what the real goal is that the child just needs experiences.
Our kids are foundation. 0 to 6 are the most important years of a child's life. And so in order for us to start healing and to have more confidence, we need our own foundation to be built stronger with the babies and children from 0 to 6.
4 years ago, being in the school system and seeing just the disparities in that system and the lack of cultural pride and the lack of opportunity for culture, it's always the second thing, right? So it's not the priority. And we realized being in that system that it wasn't good for us, it wasn't good for the kids, and we wanted to take back our right to self-determination. And so we've created Imsit Nogama Forest and Nature School within our Aboriginal Heritage Garden. And so our mission is to take the children out of the school system, the public school system, and putting our children in these spaces. They can be authentically themselves, and they don't have to sacrifice their language, their culture, their spirit to belong.
Culture plus language equals identity. And if that's not regarded, this is the condition, and we're trying to recover and restore. Our ancient systems were child-led. You hear terms from our people across our homeland that it takes a community to raise a child. And when you translate that back into our language, when we say Michiwajij, it's child-led. We're not here to corral a child into a certain thinking, because the language is a living system, therefore every generation expands, and we don't have those generational gaps where the old system insists on those foundational pieces to stay locked in and learn from. Each child that is born, they are greeted by the elders, and immediately it's acknowledged when they say Yalusit, meaning that the God in the human form has arrived. So that's the first thing that the grandmothers would say to the newborn child.
So the goals that we have in place right now is really to promote our language and our culture and our identity through various ways, like ensuring that we develop a curriculum that's taught to educators when they're getting their ECE diploma. You know, how do we interact with children? What does it mean to be Indigenous? How do we teach that? You know, what should we be offering to children coming into our centers? So the goal is to really reevaluate what education looks like for our children, reevaluate what education looks for the adult learner, and to really see how do we implement this belief system that we have, that we want to honor who we are as Mi'kmaq or Wolastoqey people. How do we honor our language in that? How do we honor our traditions and our culture?
The language is necessary for us because it's instructing. It's instructing and directing us how to be with each other. And the recovery of our language and opening immersion schools, not just what's being taught in the mainstream, but going deeper into the language of our ancestors. Then the recovery and the relationships start to thrive.
It brings communities back to a sense of where we were way back when. We didn't suffer with some of the same things that we see in communities right now. You know, we do see drug addiction, we do see alcohol, we do see, you know, some major problems that communities have. I think when we bring back these kind of things, we're going to begin to see less and less of those kind of challenges that we have in our communities, and understand that everybody has its own journey and that we're here to support one another and grow.